Hello, you beautiful tech people. This is Joel back with you for another video. How are you doing today? I'm doing well. I am joined with my beautiful brothers. Josh, would you like to introduce yourself to the tech crowd?
Hey.
What's up?
Holla. We totally missed 420, so gotta
Hook it up.
toke a spleef out for all the 420ers who missed our show. But
Stay cool, kids, and
there's
don't
always
do
5-4 coming up. There's always 5-4 coming up.
yes, 5. May the 4th be with you. So all right, well, I'm Joshua Heslop, and I am the proprietor of Josher.net, and I run Josher14 on YouTube, youtube.com/Josher14. I can get it out one of these days. But I do gaming and tech reviews and gameplay benchmarks with the Surface devices. So yes, glad to be here. Glad to be back.
Yeah, because we missed a week, and the week before, you weren't here, right?
I was in New Orleans, getting having a little fun there, for my anniversary.
Okay. What up, Will? So glad you're with us. Cool. Well, jumping into things, this isn't even a tech article, but I thought it was cool. Jerry Rigs Everything is a YouTube channel that checks durability, checks drop tests. He does a bunch of stuff, and he opens up and tears into devices. And he did something really cool. He has an infatuation with old tech, like his Game Boy Color was clear. And so he was like, let me see if I can do that with the Samsung Galaxy S8. So he got paint thinner, paint remover, removed the back of the glass S8, sprayed it all down, and cleared off the adhesive off the back and made a clear Galaxy S8. He even went as far as to cut out part of the speaker grill at the bottom on the right there so you can see some of the circuitry. And he removed the wireless charging so that it would be even more part of it viewed open, because otherwise it covers a good portion of the battery and some of the chipsets on the left there. So yeah, I thought that was so cool. He his name's Zach, and he digs into things. He does glass tests. He'll scrape things down, things like that. But he went through this, so it looks like some 90s technology things when phones and Game Boys and all of the cool tech was clear. Now you can have a glass S8. I don't know if I would recommend it, though, seeing as, one, you void your warranty. Two, his version, you lost wireless charging. You took out the special clamping adhesion, so it's not waterproof anymore. So a bunch of things, but he's like, it's worth it because it's this awesome. And but so yeah, it's cool. I thought it was a cool thing, and it's neat. He talked about it before, and was like, this would be awesome to do, and sure enough, he did it. But what do you guys think? Would you guys rock a clear S8?
I mean, hopefully this will make somebody do it where they will it's a third-party service where they still waterproof it and stuff like that. That would be cool. But yeah, I would never do that. I mean, you can just, because it's still slippery, right? I mean, you're still going to need to throw a skin on it or a case on it anyways, but you can just get a clear case, so it's double clear.
Yeah. Well, he since he fixes all his phones and does everything, he doesn't have a case on his phone most of the time. He just has a screen protector on the front of it.
Oh, Jerry, you jerry rig everything.
Yeah, so he's living life on the edge, and he's broken some phones and fixed them.
Living on the edge,
living on a prayer that my Galaxy S8 won't break.
But it's not an S8 Edge, so we're not living on the edge. But wait, it's still got edges, so
it has two edges.
Exactly.
Go
to Heslops.
We're just killing it today.
Talking about the best things in the world that could be scary. What happened with my favorite burrito place?
It was bad. And by the way, I didn't get to introduce myself.
Yeah, I just read it. My bad.
The Jster, Jeremy himself, OmniTechPro.com and YouTube.com/OmniTechPro. Yeah, so I was like, to some of my employees. I'm like, let's do Chipotle's today. They're like, yay. And so I check out the website, and it has a sad burrito face because their website was down. And I don't know if it had anything to do with it, but I was checking on Twitter, and they're like, yeah, check out our security page. And literally 2 days ago have been hacked. So what does that mean for the connoisseurs of Chipotle? That means that if you have used a credit card at a store or have your credit card saved online, that you should probably be watching what's going on. And I think it said it was only for purchases between 2 dates. And let me just verify that. So there was, if you have purchased any transaction between March 24th and April 18th, that you went into the store or used your credit card online, that's what they're looking at. So those are where that's where they're kind of focusing on. So they just said, with all good practices, just be looking at your card in the next few weeks, and if you had done any purchases between those dates, and if there are any unauthorized charges, you won't be liable because they were stolen. But just be taking a look out. So when I got the sad burrito, I was looking around and then got a sad face because Chipotle got hacked.
Yeah,
the site did come back up, and I was able to get my burrito salad. So we were okay there. But
I guess that affects the app too, because I have like information saved on the app that I use to order in store. So I don't know if that affects. I probably
yeah, I mean, they said that the investigation is focused on card transactions in our restaurants. So okay. I just made it broader to use this. If you made any transactions at the time of the mobile, at those times in the mobile app or online, just be looking out. But if they said restaurants, then it may be their POS system back end that got hacked, not their mobile with probably separate systems. And I don't know about you, but I know the iOS app has thumbprint, so it should be encrypting all the credit card stuff that's going across and things like that. So should be safe there. But yeah, it was kind of a bummer. The mobile app came back up. It was down for a few hours this morning. Wow. But came back up, was able to order and get everything. But then I saw their security incident and was like, yeah, be careful out there, people.
It was almost a disaster. There'd be so much sadness.
No pork, and now no security. What's up? What are we gonna do?
Seriously, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I just checked, and I'm in that window, and I went into the store. So gonna have to call my bank and say, hey, I need a new card number.
Just to be safe, if you watch it for the next 2 or 3 weeks, probably out of the clear, because most of these security card breaches go pretty fast. They sell them on the black market pretty fast, and then they try to use them right away. But obviously, better safe than sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna lower my limit to $10. Like, I'm not spending any more than $10. So, they're gonna text me, "Is this you?"
Right.
Well,
all right. Well,
$10 burrito.
Moving right along. Joshua,
speaking of
go ahead.
Ridiculousness in tech, this is the new Acer Predator X27.
Bless up.
And oh my goodness, this thing is just crazy. So on The Verge, it is a G-Sync HDR gaming monitor that does 4K at 144 hertz. And so some of the features of it has 384 individually controlled LED zones for the HDR contrast. It also supports NVIDIA's ultra-low motion blur technology, which they say you need to check out a demo. So I'm going to have to go to Best Buy or Fry's or something like that. And it does also have the Tobii eye tracking, which for some games is pretty cool, because you can actually just, use your eyes and bounce around, and it'll actually make you climb and stuff like that. If you're in like a Assassin's Creed, I've seen it on laptops. And but that's what it looks like. Pretty much consistent with their other Predator monitors. But it has the 2560 by 1440. Oh, that's in addition. They also have the Z27 1 UV, which is a 2560 by 1440 resolution monitor that can be overclocked to 165 hertz. But and that also has G-Sync, ULMB, and Tobii tracking. So they don't have any prices or availability information yet, but I'm assuming they're going to be over $1,000 at launch.
Yeah, they're not. At least it's not a $9,000 laptop from them.
Yeah. So, but I mean, this is good. So I'm sure that they're going to be coming out with the X34 next with all the same specs, but the 27 is a good size for that. Oh
yeah.
So yeah, looking good. And I don't know, it has like some like gates around the sides, I guess, to make
a light hood. Yeah, just to keep. There was I saw a picture on Reddit where they had a bunch of gamers that were LAN gaming out in like a sunroom, and they all had like hoodies with their head in the hoodies and the back part of it on over top of their monitors.
Oh, nice.
Because there's just so much reflection during the day in there. So I mean, there's definitely something to be said about a hood, light hood for just making sure that you don't get light spillage from light sources and janking up your screen, making it reflection and stuff.
That's interesting, though. Well, keeping the good times rolling with Acer, they actually released a few products today. They had 2 laptops and then 2 monitors. So let's look at these laptops that look pretty interesting. So they have the Predator Triton 700 and the Predator Helios 300. So this is i5, i7, glass touchpad on the top. It's really interesting. You can't really tell here, but the touchpad isn't at the bottom. It's at the top of the base of the monitor. So I'm not sure how that's going to read, like what that's going to be, but it's all glass, and it looks really interesting. And then it says latest in 10 series. So I don't know if that means, this is a video. I don't want to do that, but I don't know if that means they're just waiting to like see if they're going to put a 1080 Ti or if it's like a 1070. Like, I'm not sure. I don't know if they released that yet, but they have like special 3D fans. The most interesting thing that I saw was that interesting glass configuration. And then the Helios 300 seems like a more budget-friendly metal design, though. A gaming laptop.
It's got 1050 graphics, yeah.
The 1060, yeah.
1060, sorry. But I think that the Triton is aimed at the Razer Blade Pro.
Gotcha.
So I think the Helios is probably just the regular Razer Blade.
Yeah. So yeah, and then they talked about some other like budgety type, just like Ultrabooks, small laptops. So nothing crazy, but it was a lot of good stuff there. And then they have a smartwatch like coming out. I'm not sure what all that has to go with. I haven't read or watched that yet, but I'll be looking at that. And I don't know.
They said that's like a Pebble Time round with just a lot more sensors.
Yeah, and so I don't think it's Android Wear as far as I know. It's like I don't know the actual software on it. So it'll be interesting. People are going a little rogue. There's not much innovation with Android Wear, and people are trying to figure out different ways to get that in. And they have like an all-in-one and a couple other things that aren't as exciting. But those laptops look pretty crazy. And then the next thing that Acer decided to drop was this Holo 360. So this is a 360 camera, but with a built-in Android smartphone. And I don't know if this is like a huge need or I don't know, but it literally, so you can have the viewfinder on it and be doing video as if you were using your smartphone. So kind of interesting. Smartphone features built into the camera. You got Wi-Fi, and you can do 4G LTE on it. So if you want to do that, and you can. I guess you can make phone calls as well. So I don't know who this is targeted at. Not me. I mean, that doesn't seem like something. I think it's much smarter to do what the Insta360 is doing, and have just an attachment to USB-C, pop on the bottom of your phone, you have a 360 camera. And that's a lot cheaper. You're not adding any like bulk, really. It's just like this little device about this big. I don't know. Maybe this is something that some like hardcore people really want, but not something that I'm like looking for or really feeling. I don't know.
It looks pretty small though. I mean, like if you wanted an all-in-one, because I mean, you don't want to tie up your phone. Maybe you're trying to live stream something with your phone and use this to, you know, I don't know, like you can have multiple. I think it's for like a media person who's trying to have an extra device to do 360 camera footage, or
mounting it to a drone, or mounting it to a helmet, or you know, people that are doing other stuff that is, you don't want to put your, you know, brand new LG G6, you know, on a drone flying over the city. You know, you can just
maybe.
You know, I don't know. I mean, if this is pretty expensive, then you know, a phone versus a, but you know, it could be a little bit more rugged. Could be, I don't know if it's waterproof, if you said that or not, but it could be.
It looks pretty chunky. Like it's not thin, so they got some thickness to it, but
and maybe it has more storage space too. So if it has a decent amount of storage and battery, it's going to last longer than most phones will.
Yeah, and typically, just true with everything. A dedicated something dedicated to a particular technology is normally going to be better than using a smartphone or a tablet to do it, because it's going to have better sensor in there. It's going to have potentially could produce more processing speed, etc. So we'll see what Acer does with it. 360's here to stay for a while at least. I don't know how much of a trend it is or if it's going to stick around, but it looks like, as far as we can tell, to be here for the foreseeable future. But speaking of foreseeable future and smart things, Jeremy, what kind of wallet do we got coming out from an interesting name of a company?
Yeah. So I don't know if, you know, you have any problems with misplacing things, or, you know, lose your keys or lose your wallet, or your wallet falls out or something like that. But this one company has come out with a preview of what they call the Woolet, which is kind of, I don't know, the name's kind of funny, but the Woolet is a smart wallet that you'll never lose, is what they're saying. So this leather wallet actually has an ARM processor in it. It has Bluetooth, and it's similar to the little trackers that you would get for like your keys or something like that, but it's integrated into the wallet. So if you lose your wallet, then you know, it'll beep on your phone and let you know if your wallet is where you left it, or maybe somebody pickpocketed you and your phone starts beeping at you, and then you can, you know, go and punch somebody in the neck. So there's lots of different there's lots of different uses for it. But I thought it was interesting that it actually has a rechargeable battery. It has wireless charging pads, a ringer, so it'll actually start ringing itself if it goes out of the range of your phone. And you know, what makes it a little bit better than those than a lot of the little tabs, because the tabs just make your phone beep, but this will actually beep itself if it loses Bluetooth.
Nice.
And it's it's Italian leather. They have an XL mode that's a little bit bigger to put your passports and stuff in. And you know, for those people that seem to drop or lose their wallet, I think it could be working. So release date, what did they say on that? Is coming out soon, and that's $129 for the low end and $149 for the bigger one.
Yeah.
And I set a preview, so I guess that means you can buy them now.
I mean, it looks good.
How much is one of those?
$129 for the smaller one and $149 for the larger one.
The larger one does passports, right?
Yeah, it has a bigger for the passport, which is, you know, I mean, if you're buying a nice leather wallet anyway, you're paying, you know, $60-$70 sometimes. And so if you, you know, has a little ARM processor in it, basically a little computer.
Get 10% off.
Get 10% off. There you go. So here's their XL 2.0 brown. That's $149 off their website. And I'm not seeing it does cheap charging, which is cool.
I see if you're traveling a lot, that might be a really cool option.
Yeah.
It looks
like
good.
that. Yeah, it does. And I'm not sure. it looks like it's shipping now. So, but you know, Qi charging and the ability to like a little pen in there, you know, a little mini pen, and you put a lost and found card and stuff like that. I think it's pretty legit, even though the name kind of sucks. Yeah, Woolette.
Real quick. So Vincent was asking about the HP Omen X. It's a VR backpack, which seems crazy. I saw Dave 2D did a video. I don't know if it was the same one or he did a similar idea, but it's a 4K 360, you know, VR capable backpack that you put on to play VR games. So it'll be interesting. And the biggest thing recently is that it's going to be coming out in June. That you can check it out on. You can apply for releases for developers on HP. There's a i5 version, i7 version, up to 32 gigs of RAM. I mean, there's not tons about it, I don't think, but seems interesting. I mean, that's for the hardcore people that are
so
really
instead of being tethered
hours, you know.
So instead of being tethered to a computer with the VR headset or something like that, you just hook this up to your backpack, load up your games, and